Welcome to English Speaking Mentor.
Noun. A noun is a word that names a person, example teacher, John, students, place, example city, park, home, thing, example book, table, car, idea, example love, freedom, justice. Okay, let's explore nouns in even more detail, covering some finer points and classifications. Types of nouns. Common nouns. These refer to general categories of people, places, or things. Examples: dog, river, country, idea.
Proper nouns. These name specific people, places, or things. They are always capitalized. Example: Rover, Amazon River, France, Shakespeare. Concrete nouns. These refer to physical objects that can be perceived by the senses. Examples: table, flower, sound, aroma. Abstract nouns. These refer to ideas, concepts, qualities, or states of being that cannot be physically perceived. Examples: happiness, justice, time, a leaf. Collective nouns. These refer to a group of people or things. They can be singular or plural, depending on the context. Examples: team, family, flock, herd. Countable nouns. These can be counted and have singular and plural forms. Examples: book, chair, person, apple. Uncountable mass nouns. These cannot be counted and usually do not have plural forms. Examples: water, sand, information, advice. Compound nouns. These are made up of two or more words. Examples: toothbrush, football, sister-in-law. Pronoun. A pronoun is a word that replaces a noun or noun phrase. Its primary function is to avoid repetition and make sentences more concise. Here's a breakdown. Substitution. Pronouns stand in for nouns, which are often referred to as their antecedents. Purpose. Pronouns prevent sentences from becoming repetitive and cumbersome. They also allow for more fluid and natural communication. Variety. There are many different types of pronouns, each with its own specific function. Types of pronouns. Personal pronouns. These refer to specific people or things. Examples: I, you, he, she, it, we, they, me, him, her, us, them. They can be subjective, performing the action, or objective, receiving the action. Possessive pronouns. These show ownership. Examples: mine, yours, his, hers, it's, ours, theirs. Demonstrative pronouns. These point to specific nouns. Examples: this, that, these, those. Relative pronouns. These introduce relative clauses, which provide additional information about a noun. Examples: who, whom, which, that, whose. Interrogative pronouns. These are used to ask questions. Examples: who, whom, what, which, whose. Reflexive pronouns. These refer back to the subject of the sentence. Examples: myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, ourselves, themselves. Intensive pronouns. These add emphasis to a noun or pronoun. They look the same as reflexive pronouns, but are not essential to the sentence's meaning. Examples: I myself made the cake. Indefinite pronouns. These refer to unspecified people or things. Examples: someone, anyone, everyone, no one, something, anything, everything, nothing, some, any, all, few, many. Reciprocal pronouns. These indicate a mutual action or relationship. Examples: each other, one another. Verb. A verb is a word that expresses an action, occurrence, or state of being. Here's a more detailed explanation. Action. Verbs can show physical actions. Example: run, jump, write, or mental actions. Example: think, believe, understand. Occurrence. Verbs can describe events or changes. Example, happen, become, grow, state of being. Verbs can indicate a condition or existence. Example, be, seem, exist. Alright, let's delve deeper into the world of pronouns, exploring their various types and functions. Let's delve deeper into the intricacies of verbs. Types of verbs, action verbs. These express actions that the subject performs. Examples, run, eat, write, think, build. Linking verbs. These connect the subject to a noun or adjective that describes it. Common linking verbs be aims, are, was, were, been, seem, appear, become, feel, look, taste, smell, sound. Example, he is a doctor, is links he to doctor. Auxiliary, helping verbs. These combine with main verbs to form verb phrase. Common auxiliary verbs be have, do, will, shall, can, may, must, should, would, could, might. Example, they are going to the store. Are is the auxiliary verb, going is the main verb. Modal verbs. These are a type of auxiliary verb that express possibility, necessity, permission, or obligation. Examples, can, could, may, might, must, shall, should, will, would. Phrasal verbs. These consist of a verb combined with a preposition or adverb, creating a new meaning. Examples, look up, give in, take off. Adjectives. An adjective is a word that modifies or describes a noun or pronoun. It provides more information about the qualities, characteristics, or state of the noun or pronoun it modifies. Here's a breakdown. Describing nouns, pronouns. Adjectives answer questions like what kind, which one, how many, or how much. They add detail and richness to sentences by providing specific attributes. Examples, the red car, what kind, the tall building, what kind. Those 3 books, how many, she is happy, what state. Let's expand on the definition of adjectives and explore their various aspects. Types of adjectives. Descriptive adjectives. These describe the qualities or characteristics of a noun. Examples, beautiful, large, heavy, soft, intelligent. Quantitative adjectives. These indicate the quantity or number of nouns. Examples, few, many, some, several, 1, 10. Demonstrative adjectives. These point out specific nouns. Examples, this, that, these, those. Possessive adjectives. These show ownership or possession. Examples, my, your, his, her, its, out, there. Interrogative adjectives. These are used in questions and modify nouns. Examples, which, what, whose. Proper adjectives. These are formed from proper nouns. Examples, Italian food, Victorian era, Shakespearean plays. Compound adjectives. These are formed by combining 2 or more words. Examples, well-known, part-time, blue-eyed. Adverb. An adverb is a verb that modifies or describes a verb, an adjective, another adverb, or even a whole sentence. Essentially, they provide additional information about how, when, where, why, or to what extent something happens. Here's a breakdown of what that means. Modifying verbs. This is the most common function of adverbs. They tell us how an action is performed. Example, she sings loudly. Loudly modifies the verb sings. Modifying adjectives. Adverbs can intensify or qualify adjectives. Example, it is very cold. Very modifies the adjective cold. Modifying other adverbs. Adverbs can also modify other adverbs, adding further detail. Example, he ran very quickly. Very modifies the adverb quickly. Modifying sentences. Some adverbs, called sentence adverbs, modify the entire meaning of a sentence. Example, fortunately, it didn't rain. Fortunately modifies the whole sentence. Let's dig deeper into the world of adverbs. Types of adverbs. Adverbs of manner. These describe how an action is performed. Examples, quickly, slowly, carefully, happily, loudly. Adverbs of time. These indicate when an action occurs. Examples, now, then, yesterday, soon, later, always, never. Adverbs of place. These specify where an action takes place. Examples, here, there, everywhere, inside, outside, nearby. Adverbs of frequency. These express how often an action happens. Examples, always, often, sometimes, rarely, never, usually. Adverbs of degree. These indicate the intensity or extent of an action or quality. Examples, very, quite, extremely, almost, too, so. Sentence adverbs or conjunctive adverbs. These modify the entire sentence, expressing the speaker's attitude, or connecting to independent clauses. Examples, however, therefore, consequently, indeed, fortunately. Relative adverbs. These introduce relative clauses and relate to a noun. Examples, where, when, why. Preposition. A preposition is a word that shows the relationship between a noun or pronoun and another word in the sentence. It typically indicates location, direction, time, or other connection. Here's a breakdown. Relationship. Prepositions establish how a noun or pronoun relates to other elements in the sentence. They often answer questions like where, when, how, or in what direction. Noun or pronoun. A preposition is always followed by a noun or pronoun, which is called the object of the preposition, the preposition and its object of the preposition. Examples, the book is on the table. Location, we walk to the store. Direction, the meeting is at 3 p.m. Time, she is known for her kindness. Reason. All right, let's delve deeper into the intricacies of prepositions. Types of prepositions, categorized by meaning. Prepositions of place, location. These indicate where something is located. Examples, in, on, at, under, beside, between, among, above, below, near, behind, in front of. Prepositions of direction, movement. These show movement from one place to another. Examples, to, from, into, out of, through, towards, across, along, up, down. Prepositions of time. These indicate when something happens. Examples, at, on, in, before, after, during, since, until, for, by. Prepositions of agent, instrument. These show by whom or by what something is done. Examples, by, with. Prepositions of reason, purpose. These indicate why something is done. Examples, for, because of. Prepositions of relationship, association. These show a connection between things. Examples, of, with, about, concerning. Conjunction. A conjunction is a word that connects words, phrases, or clauses within a sentence. They act as bridges, linking elements together to create more complex and meaningful sentences. Here's a breakdown. Connecting elements. Conjunctions join words. Example, apples and oranges. Phrases. Example, over the river and through the woods. Or clauses. Example, I went, but she stayed. Creating relationships. They establish relationships between the connected elements, showing how they relate to each other. Types of conjunctions. There are different types of conjunctions, each with its own specific function. Let's expand on the definition of conjunctions and explore their various types and functions. Subordinating conjunctions. These connect a dependent clause, a clause that cannot stand alone, to an independent clause. They establish a relationship of time, cause, condition, or contrast between the clauses. Examples: because, although, if, since, when, while, until, unless, where, that, as examples. Will go if it doesn't rain. She arrived after the meeting had started. Correlative conjunctions. These are pairs of conjunctions that work together to connect elements of equal grammatical rank. Common correlative conjunctions include both, and either, or neither, nor not only, but also whether, or examples. Both the cat and the dog are sleeping. You can have either cake or ice cream. Conjunctive adverbs or adverbial conjunctions. These are technically adverbs, but when used to connect two independent clauses, they act like conjunctions. They show a relationship between the two clauses. Examples, however, therefore, consequently, moreover, furthermore, nevertheless, otherwise. Then, example, it was raining, therefore, we stayed inside. Interjection. An interjection is a word or phrase that expresses a strong emotion or sudden feeling. It's often used to convey surprise, joy, pain, or other intense reactions. Here's a breakdown. Expression of emotion. Interjections are used to show a wide range of feelings, from excitement to disgust, suddenness. They often appear spontaneously, reflecting an immediate emotional response. Grammatical independence. Interjections typically stand alone or are inserted into a sentence without a grammatical connection to the other words. Examples: wow, that's amazing, ouch, that's hurt, hey, what are you doing? Let's expand a bit on interjections. While they seem simple, there are some nuances to how they function. Characteristics of interjections. Emotional variety. Interjection can express a vast range of emotions, including joy, hooray, surprise, oh, pain, ow, disgust, yuck, relief, hooey, hesitation, punctuation. Interjections are often followed by an exclamation point to emphasize the strong emotion, however. They can also be followed by a comma or a period depending on the intensity of the emotion and the context. Placement. Interjections can appear at the beginning, middle, or end of a sentence, or they can stand alone. Their placement is often determined by the flow of the sentence and the desired emphasis. Informality. Interjections are generally considered informal and are more common in spoken language and casual writing. They add a personal and expressive touch to communication. Context dependence. The meaning of an interjection can vary depending on the context in which it is used. Tone of voice also greatly affects the meaning. Variations. Many interjections are simply sounds, but some are short phrases. Language and culture greatly affects what interjections are used. Examples in context are that feels good, relief, well, I don't know about that, hesitation, look out, whoa, surprise, warning. Determiners. Determiners are words that precede nouns to clarify or specify the noun's reference. They provide context about quantity, possession, definiteness, or other attributes, making the noun more precise. Essentially, they determine which noun you're talking about. Here's a breakdown. Clarification. Determiners help to clarify which noun is being referred to. Specification. They specify the quantity, possession, or definiteness of the noun. Noun precedence. Determiners always came before a noun or a noun phrase. Let's explore determiners in more detail, covering their various types and functions. Types of determiners. Articles. These specify definite or indefiniteness. Definite article that refers to a specific nouns. Indefinite articles and refer to a general or unspecified noun. Possessive determiners. These show ownership or possession. Examples: my, your, his, her, it's, our, their. Demonstrative determiners. These point out specific nouns. Examples: this, that, these, those. Quantifiers, these indicate quantity or amount. Examples: some, many, few, several, all, any, no, much, little, numbers, cardinal numbers on 2, 3, and ordinal numbers, first, second, third, can function as determiners. Distributive determiners, these refer to members of a group individually. Examples: each, every, either, neither. Interrogative determiners, these are used in questions to modify nouns. Examples: which, what, whose. Thanks for watching.